Well, good morning, everyone. Hi. I'm making a cup of coffee and I'm bringing you with me. And I have got some things to share with you today. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful start to your weekend or Saturday or in your weekend. Hi, Tiara. So guess what? It is so dark outside that the lamps, I'm not kidding you, the night lamps are still on. It is dark. What time is it? It's after 10 o'clock. It's like nighttime outside. I'm not kidding you either. I'm just gonna make this coffee. And I've got a couple things. I have a couple of things to share with you I actually got at the thrift shop. And one of them is this cup. I got it for 50 cents. There's nothing special about it, but this is a cup. I'm gonna actually pour the coffee I just made into this cup. And the reason I did it this way is because when I fill this with water and put it in and make the coffee, because it's so small, it's just a little smaller than this one, it makes the coffee really strong, and I don't want it that strong. So I make it in the yellow cup, and I'm just pouring it in there, and then I have some left. But I have to tell you, this cup is the type of cup my grandmother and her sisters, she had a lot of sisters and brothers, and I had a big family, and they would sit around on the weekends, especially after their shopping trips or whatever they did, and have a cup of coffee. This was the type of little, and it's like a bone china or something. It's lovely. So I'm going to turn the camera. Hold on. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see the little finches there for a moment. And then I'm going to even move it again one more time, because I want to be able to sit with you and show you the couple things I got and share with you the article I found too. So I'll put this down here. Hi guys, happy Saturday morning. I hope you're all having a beautiful, beautiful morning. We'll put this on the finches so you can see them while I'm reading and the article I found. But so anyway, I went to the thrift shop yesterday, so I got this, and I got, let me show you. I need to get up one more time. I'm sorry. I want to get this little item that I got for my son. I want to show it to you. And I want to point something out to you on the birds also. So look at this little item I got. So I've never heard of this before, but I knew it was a little collectible, and so I got it for my son. My son's an adult, but like I thought, because it's a collectible, maybe he'd like it, but he's not familiar with it either. But they said it's like 5 fires or something. Maybe some of you know about it. It used to be a video. Hi Allison, Nikki, Trinity, Mila, Roxy. Hi guys. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday morning. And Ollie and Jenlyn, I'm sorry, I can't see that. And at Tamu. So this is, there were 2 others there. So it was $3 for this, 3. But because it looked like a gremlin, yes, it looked like a gremlin to me. But on it, I'm figuring out now, it says system error. That's stamped on the little vest there under the tie. So I've not a clue what this is. But I thought because of that, maybe I'll get it, and maybe it will be some kind of a collectible someday. So, hi Neve and Wendy. So I'm going to put this over here. So I got that. And I'm going to tell you something it's really on my heart. I really want to get back into getting little antiques, collectibles, and used items like that. Not necessarily, you know what I mean, of looking for something of high value, but just something cutesy. I love being a maker, and I will make. But I also, because I'm very familiar and grew up in the atmosphere of an antique store, really would love to have something like just kind of be in that area again. So check this out. This was $3. Let me take that off. This was $3. So anyway, if for those of you who are not familiar with my channel, it's Echo Art with Carmela T. And we create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And so I'm not kidding you either. I really, really, really want to be focusing on more items. Like, check this out. Look at this. This is only, let me grab my tape measure, because I want to say it's only about 2.5 inches. The little birds right here where I'm pointing, right here is a half coconut shell. So I put that in there a while ago, and they just started to sit in it and like build a little nest and everything. They're having so much fun with that. And hi Prismatic and Hannah and Diane. We have no sun today. I've got the light on, but it is so dark. I don't know if you can see. It is dark out, and it's so dark that the lamps outside on the walkway are still on, and it's after 10 o'clock. Okay, it's after 10. So, okay, this measures right here. Oh, look at that. That's not even 2. Look at that. That is 1. It's 1.5 inch. Look how tiny this is with the little handle. See the handle? Now, what I've learned, and look, there's no stamp. This is not, it's not an antique. It's not signed. This is vintage. I can tell you that right now. It's a vintage design. It's totally vintage. This might be gold leaf, but maybe some of you are familiar with it. Some things are not signed. I have learned over the years, and they are of great value. And the reason is they're made with the signature of the artist by the way they're made. So, that is there's beads. There's glass beads called Mari, M-A-R-E, Mari. They're made by an Italian artist, and they're not signed, no name on these, but they're very well known for how they're made. So anyway, I'm not sure what name this would be, but I paid $3. I usually don't I look at something like this and say, okay, $1, but I paid $3 because while I was looking at it, if you notice this side, see how that's a deep yellow? Now look at this. You turn and the yellow's gone. There's no yellow. So what that's telling me is it's possibly hand painted. Possibly. I don't know. So I got that. So I didn't get the typical art and craft things that I usually get, like the yarn and fabrics. Hi, don't waste a minute, and still is Scoober. Hi. So I got these, she wrapped some stuff in here. But I got a set of these. So these were like they're pretty good size. And I got 2 of these for I think it was 50 cents. It was a really good price. It was like 50 cents. So I was really, yeah, here it is. What is it? Yeah, 50 cents for 2 of these. And these are called The Farmhouse by Rachel Ashwell. So look, they're very well made. I know these are 100% cotton. And they're just dish towels, but you know what? They've got the color of fall. They're well made. And hi guys. Hi Aerosol and Sweet as Honey 65. And I think Lissy and Emma. Hi. And Danica Roberts. Hi guys. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. So I got those for 50 cents. And then I was looking for a bowl. Hi. I was looking for a bowl to get for the finches to kind of take a bath in, because they're having they keep going in their water bowl. They keep going in that, and they're not fitting in that really well. So I have a second bowl like on the bottom of the cage that's a little long that they could fit in, but they won't go in there. They're drinking out of the bath bowl that I gave them, and they're sitting in the bowl that I have for them to drink water, and they're sitting in that one. You can't make this stuff up. So I was looking for a bowl, and lady says, "What are you looking for?" And I told her, and she went around the store. She's shopping herself. She was not like customer service. She's just wanted to help me, right? So she found these. Look, she goes, she has 2 parakeets, and she says they will fit perfectly in these because they're flat. They have to be a little flatter. And I was thinking they have to come up more. She goes, no, they have to be a little flatter. So look, it's an apple. I don't know if I can fit it in there. There is a big door here, but I'm just afraid to open the door. Hi, Christy, because they, the little one, Umi, I noticed she's kind of like, would like to fly. She's very daring. She'd kind of like to fly out of there. But, I mean, that's a very big cage, so they're flying around in there, but she could accident. So I have to be really careful when I put these in. I might just kind of slide it in like that and then just pour the water in. But then how do I get it out after there's water in it? You know what I mean? So then maybe I can pour it in another container. Take it. You would not think finches would be all this work, but they are. They really are. And so the lady says to me, she goes, don't get 2 more parakeets. She goes, don't get them parakeet, because I was thinking, she said she had parakeets. I'm like, oh, maybe I could get them a pair of parakeets to kind of keep them company. She goes, just get them a mirror. And she said that because she said her parakeets just sit and look in the mirror all day. So I know my female finch. Hi, Stella and Itzian, Anbu, and Random. The female does look in the mirror a lot. I'm just gonna say. Oh, I think the sky is brightening up a little. Okay, so then I just simply got this bowl, and this was 50 cents. But I liked, so I'm gonna take that off, but I liked and there's no stamp, but I really, really like the kind of Asian design on it. I think it's very pretty. And this was the bowl I picked up to get for her to take a bath in. And because it was only 50 cents, I just decided to get it anyway. So I'm going to try those couple of bowls for them. And that was pretty much it. Well, let me get this computer here because I got this article for you. And for those of you who are interested and you're trying to figure out some house plants to have. Hi, Shy. Thank you. Yeah, that's a pretty bowl, isn't it? I got in my email this morning from Birds in Bloom. The name of the article, I'm going to read this to you. I'm just going to do the highlights and show you the pictures, okay? But it's called, I could turn this around with that. I don't want to bump into them. Oh, they're way over there anyway. But it's by Birds in Bloom, if you know, that's a magazine, birdsinbloom.com. And this is what the title is, The 6 Hardest Houseplants to Grow. And then it says, and 6 to grow instead. But I was trying to highlight it and I couldn't get any quick info on it. So I'll have to kind of start out reading it. But it's by Luke Miller, reviewed by Melinda Myers, and fact-checked. Seriously, by Kirsten Schritt. Did any of, not to divert, but before we get to this, I wish I could figure out a really tactful way to do videos of entertainment review and celebrity review and people in the news review. Hi, Genevieve. But I can't. But I'm gonna tell you this. What did you see the headlines about J.D. Vance? Did you see? Okay, it does look a little cozy there. I'm just saying, no judgment call. No judgment call, because we don't know the facts. That just came to me because I was reading fact checked. I'd like to see fact checked more, but apparently, and I don't even know her name. I should know her name. Kirk, the lady who just became the widow of Charlie Kirk. So apparently on YouTube, it's all over the place. This is probably on TikTok going viral. But apparently there's a possible relationship between J.D. Vance and her. I don't know if it's true at all. But they did show some pictures and some hugging. And one of the he's very reliable, this newscaster. A YouTube channel, but he just simply asked the question, if a woman hugged your husband like that, would you be okay with it? And kind of the hand up here on the neck. No, I would not. Anyway, not funny, but apparently I just want to throw that out there. I'm not one for tea. I'm telling you, I'm a coffee person. I meant that metaphorically. But there's some people out there who spill the tea, and they do so in like a fun way, like a jestful way. Because look, you don't want to do judgment calls and say, oh, this is really real, because you don't know. And time will tell. And I only saw some headlines. So with that, let's just scoot on down here. This says, skip the hardest plant to grow, and these 6 house plants pick are easier. I thought they're going to tell us what the hardest ones are. Let's see. Grow this, bird's nest fern. Bird's nest, I'm going to show you the picture of it. Bird's nest fern is, oh, it just covered everything up on me. Maybe not. Bird's nest fern is more adaptable than other ferns. So in other words, they're saying don't try to grow a fern, grow this bird's nest. It's thick, fronds hold up better, in dry air, because yes, in the cold winter it gets dry, and mist waterings, and it's a fun architectural form. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and that's all. I'm not going to go into the detail, just because it will become monotonous. I'll give you the detail. Okay, I'll give you the highlights. So this is what it looks like. This is called Bird's Nest Fern. And they're saying grow this instead of a fern, I guess. But they didn't tell us the one that they're saying is the most difficult to grow. So that's why I was reading the article. I'm like, what's the real difficult one to grow? So let's see if they give it to us here, because that's what I'm looking for. Not that. So they're saying not that, Boston fern. So this, can I just tell you, this article is confusing already. Seriously. Check this out. Look what it's saying. It says not that. So what's that mean? Now we got to read it. This is a little bit confusing. I believe that's a Boston fern. Do any of you know what that is? Genevieve, is that Boston fern? So let's see what it says. Boston fern is not necessarily a hard plant to grow, but it is hard to keep in good shape. The plant is sensitive to lighting, and it's not so uncommon to the Boston firs. So I get what they're doing. If I did the article, I'm just saying what I would have done, because the title is the most difficult. What are the hardest plants? Like, give that one first and then tell me the easy. That's how I would have done it. So what she's doing is giving us the easy one to grow and then the one not to grow. That's what they're doing. So here, and we have seen this before, she says, see, this is what she's doing. Look, Anthurium says, yeah, grow this. So she's saying, grow this. This is what it looks like. That's really what the Anthurium is. I happen to know this is from reading and researching, is the red part is a leaf. That's what it is. The real flower is right there in the center. You see it, the white? That's the flower. So what she's saying is, yeah, if you want a steady show of flowers, grow the Anthurium. And then the next she says, but not this. Let me show it to you. Not this. Don't grow the miniature rose plant. Now that's exactly the one that I want to grow. And because the miniature rose plants are perfect to bonsai. If you've ever bonsai, hi BB Bunkies, hi. And Ida, if you have ever wanted to try your hand at bonsai, get a little miniature rose plant. But this is the reason. Let's see what she's saying. Why can't we grow the miniature rose plant? She says it can be fussy. So yeah, if you want a plant to fuss over, that's a good plant. It looks beautiful when you bring it home from the store, but after that, the blooms drop. That's what she says. So what I would do, I'm not an expert in this, but if you're going to get, so in other words, if you're going to get a miniature rose bush or little rose plant for your house for the winter, get some of the supplement vitamins, you know what I mean, and fuss over it. Hi Celia. And so now the next plant, this is number 5. She's given us 6. Whoa, did I skip one? No. Oh, 5 of 12 I get. Okay, so she says, grow this. This is a peace lily. It's called a peace lily. And this is how you spell it, just so you know, just like it sounds. Peace lily. So she's saying, yeah, get that. Hi, Abria. Hi. Welcome. Happy Saturday. We all made it to Saturday. Made it past Halloween. Peace lily is popular for its dramatic look, featuring large leaves and white flowers that look like calla lilies. So, here, if you look at the picture again, look really closely. Out of the leaves are actually very, very, very white flowers blending with the curtains, but they're there. So they do have flowers, so that's lovely. So apparently it's fairly easy to grow if you keep it watered. Who knew? You have to keep your plants watered. So the one not to grow or not to buy or not to try, guess what, is the orchid. And there's mine right up there. Mine had, as you know, it's right up there in the sink. See it? It had a dozen orchids on it from July all the way to September. It was unbelievable. So, just incredible. So, but it says don't try the orchid, and this is the reason. They're finicky house plants. Well, they are. I mean, they're orchids. And think of a tropical plant that doesn't like the dry air in your house and or sensitive cold drafts. A friend of mine, one of my neighbors I had previously, so she was an expert in plants, and she was always like offering me a plant or offering me dirt or, trying to help me with my plants. But she did say that. She said the orchid, this is, I think, what got this blooming, besides I came up here and it was right in the sun. She said, water it. She goes, it comes from the rainforest. Her father used to grow orchids. Hi, Izzy. Hi. And Kenzie. Hi, guys. And she said, because the directions when I got this was a gift, it was gifted to me. The directions said give it 3 ice cubes and just let them melt once a week. And she said that's the most horrendous directions she's ever heard. She said water it. It loves water. And she's absolutely right. I water it often and it loves the water. Now that it's lost its orchids, its blooms for the winter, I've cut back a tiny bit. But when it has all its blooms, it loves water and sun. So I have to disagree with them on the orchid, because it was simply because it wasn't getting enough water. It wasn't growing. Okay, so the next one, easy to grow, is what they call, it's called the white bird of paradise. I'm going to show you the full picture here. Okay. So look, it's again leaves. They're showing us leaves. The white bird of paradise. So that's a fairly easy. So let's see, why is it easy? It's a striking plant with lush tropical look similar to a banana plant. However, the white bird of paradise grows slower and is more forgiving if the soil dries out. So in other words, it's not going to be a catastrophe if you forgot to water it. Hi, Gwen. Hi. Welcome, guys. And Casey and now the one not to get, they're saying, is this. This is not that. Check it out. The banana plant. Well, banana plants, yeah. Are you going to get a banana plant? I mean, you probably need room for it, I'm thinking. A banana plant is a great house plant to grow if you have a warm, humid greenhouse. That's what I was going to say. I mean, if you're in the business. It needs full sunlight and 50% humidity to look its best. While those conditions are common outdoors in the tropics, they're not easily found, and really in the United States. I guess maybe Florida, Southern California, Texas maybe. Maybe they do have those plants there. So, but she's saying that's not an easy house plant. So the next easy house plant is the dwarf. I'm going to show you the name of the here. It's called dwarf bromeliads. Bromeliad. And I've never heard of that. I have never heard of it. So let's take a good look at the picture. It looks like a red flower coming up. It looks kind of tropical to me too. Let's see what it is. It's for something a little more out of the box. It's called a dwarf bromeliad. They produce colorful flowers and they often have an exotic look. It does look exotic. And they're more forgiving about light and water and humidity levels. So it looks tropical, but you know, it doesn't need lots and lots of the sun and humidity. So that's good. So this one, she says, not this, Streptocarpus. I'll show you the name. It sounds like a sore throat. Okay. I'm serious. Streptocarpus, not Streptococcus. This is beautiful. Look at that. It's a beautiful purple. Look at that. So she's saying not this. She goes, it's a popular house plant and it's valued for its textured leaves and bright blooms, but it's fussy. And when it comes to moisture, and people often push it to the edge by over watering. So not giving it proper drainage. So, okay, you need to give it proper drainage. You know, I think sometimes they classify things as difficult because you have to do something. You have to do one or two things for it to survive. Okay. So, oh, and it says these plants are often attacked by mealybugs. Okay, good to know. So this is a lovely plant. This, they say, grow this. This is called Aglaonema. It sounds like a cough. Aglaonema or Aglaonema. And I'll show you the full picture. It is pretty. It's those just the leaves are kind of like a white bluish green, very pretty and full. You see how full it is? So this, if you've had luck with other foliage plants, this one's the easiest house plant to grow. So it has outstanding drought tolerance. In other words, if you really forget, the first thing I do in the morning, I have the birds. I give them fresh water immediately, start to clean them. In the middle of cleaning them, I start to put my plants in a row to water them too. So the birds and the plants get water first, and then I get my coffee. Just saying. Sometimes I do need my coffee first. Okay, so the plant, let's see, that she's saying do not grow is called Calathea. Calathea. That's what that name looks like. Calathea. With a C. And this is what the plant is pretty. Look how pretty those leaves are. So she's saying don't do that. That's a difficult plant. So the difficulties, she goes, the trouble is that it's sensitive to cool and dry conditions, so which happen to be prevalent in many homes. This is true. Out here, it's very cool in the morning, very, very, very cool. And so which happen to be prevalent in a warm, humid environment and bright indirect light would help keep the foliage looking good. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else here? I guess that's it. So that was the article. That's by birdsandblooms.com. It's not an advertisement. They also, I believe, I don't know if you noticed, but all the magazines are like $12.99, $15.99. I mean, give me a break. Seriously, expensive. You used to be able to get them for $3.99. Why on earth? Why? You know, look, this, I'm just saying, can't they figure out with all the technology we have to recycle the paper and make at least a couple of editions that are $3.99 that us working folk can buy? No, $15.99 is a lot. That's a couple. That's you know, a couple of items of food. I'm not even kidding. But they have a wonderful magazine. I do get their email. I used to buy their magazine all the time, but I mean, I don't know what it cost now for the magazine, but I think it's up there. I mean, I haven't really checked it out. But oh, what I wanted to tell you, let me see if I can bring this closer. Hi guys. Hi little sweetheart. See, can you see in the corner? In the corner is Mashuki. You see the quilt? That's a quilt I have over the cage. But so he just jumped out of the little coconut shell. That's in the corner. And he just jumped back in. So this is something, they're taking all of the herbs that I give them. This is why I want to grow the herbs. And the herbs are coming out really good. Really, really good. Let me share with you a little bit. So, you might know I ended up buying a mint plant. But guess what? The mint plant, can I do a flip on this? I can't. The mint plant, here, I'll just hold this up. Rooted. The mint I bought from the store rooted. And then I saw at Walmart in the produce section these plants, and so I bought one. And this is, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it. This is the basil. You see the basil? Behind it right there is the purple prince. That has grown like a foot since I bought it. But the basil. So the basil I had bought from the store because I couldn't find any seeds. Now, I also bought this plant. This is rosemary. I bought this at Walmart Produce. So to give me a start, now I am trying to root right now. This is thyme. I don't want to drop this camera. This is thyme in here, and there's the thyme. And then the other leaves are oregano. I believe that's oregano I have in there. And I'm trying to root those right now. I'm trying to root more basil. I'm trying to root more basil from the leaves. I don't think those are going to work, to be honest. We'll see. They say to give, if you're trying to root, and after a couple days, you know, maybe give them fresh water. It did make a difference, I believe, for mine. Now this is parsley, and because I can't find a parsley plant over there right now, maybe they'll have one later, but I do believe the parsley is slowly starting to root. It's teeny tiny little roots, but we'll see if it takes. This has been in here a little while. So, and I'm saving, look, I'm saving these little cans of, you know, I buy peas or whatnot. When I throw the tops away, I wash them out and save them, because what I want to do, oh, look what I just found, guys. Check this out. Hang on. Let's see if I can show you this. But I save the cans so I can use them for little rooting vessels. See if you can see the ladybug on the basil plant. It got in here somehow. Let me just pick it up. I'm going to bring this over. See if you can see it. It's underneath. I don't want to disturb it. It must be eating. Can you see it? You see the ladybug? So it's on the basil plant. I'm not going to disturb it because it's a ladybug. Now they do have this place. If you looked at, and you can see, go over to my side channel, Vermont Sun and Shade. So I'm not able to go live over there on that particular channel. I think I did go live the other day on Echo Art with Carmela T, but YouTube did something different, and I don't know what it is. It looks like a new platform or something, but it's affecting me going live. And they said this morning, look, your microphone is on, your camera is on, you're connected, everything's on. This should be working. So they're checking into it, why it's not working. They're looking at that. That is something I do like about these main platforms, is that they do automatically, you don't really have to ask them, they will automatically check and see what's going on, and then they'll let you know, like they'll send you a message. So anyway, I think that's what I wanted to share this morning with you. And hi Benita, hi Jayla, hi Yuli, Wiley. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Saturday. I also have, oh, hold on one second. There was one more thing. Hold on. Hey, Omi. Hi, Omi. So I do have the another part of my book I wanted to continue. We started it last Saturday. So we'll continue because guess what? I finished Bridge of Life 2. So I just have to get what they call just some hard editing, which is just another couple of like reviews. It's long, so it's like 53. It's like 50 some odd pages. It's around there by the time I'm done editing. So it takes a while, right? I worked on it all day yesterday, like the whole day. I didn't do any art. So my eyes hurt though when I do that, so I do have to take a little time. Hi, Keeping Up With. Hi, Kaylee. I have to take a little time to let my eyes rest. And so that's why I slow down a little bit. It's going to be published this week. And you know what, too? I am actually, in spite of all the obstacles, and I've had major obstacles this year, still going to get 2 books published. So Bridge of Life 2 is done. So that will be very soon now. But let me just finish this last page or so, and then go on a tiny bit for you, and kind of give you a little inspiration this morning. So for the birds that make nests under it, this is just a continuation from where we were. For the streamlets that pass through its arched gateway. Excuse me, I gotta turn the TV down a tiny bit. The birds might not like that, but okay. So for the birds that make nests, this is what we were talking about, the bridge, okay? That make nests under it, for the streamlets that pass through its arched gateways, for the flowers sunbathing on its table, and for the bees scouting hive locations amid morning dew as it reflects upon sun's rays. This magnificent walkway of hope wakes eager upon sunrise clear and ready for its daily mission. Hi, Olivia and Kenzie. Hi. The bridge of life knows its purpose as it melds with nature and universal energies, coupled with sweet whispers of passers-by listening to gentle songs of the loon and nightingale. Life is abundant, vibrant, and the mysteries are about to unfold. Lest we take note on the humble bridge as it intertwines with the realms of nature, universal energies, and humanity. Not a mere entanglement of sorts, rather an Empyrean fusion where all becomes one. It happened in a sudden moment of infinite sweetness when the ancient arched venue took in a distinct breath and began to pulsate with life. It was amid the primal ages of time, upon the commencement of twilight, from which night was ushered in with style, as pristine saplings sprung upon our earthen ground, painting it with delicate variations of greens and browns. Subsequently, bridges of life were set into motion in the most quiet pockets of the night, so that even our universe did not wake. In the same instance, the rawest of energies merged with rhythmic beats of nature and orchestrated celestial canticles that manifested into rose petals, dancing upon the stratosphere, first in point, then Pierrette. With true reverence for Cecchetti, centuries before ballet knew of him. He invented some of those steps, Cecchetti. Ancient chronicles affirm how the bridge of life found its voice. So we'll stop there. So this bridge of life, this poem is about 53. It's about 53 pages, and the stanzas are kind of like that. They're not full, but I spread them out like that so it's easy to read. Hi, Brunellen. Hi. And then at the end, at page 53 or 4 here, what I did was I just put like a bunch of pages, like about 20 or so, at the end for you to just do reflection, like bridges of life. What does that make you think? And then reflection, my passion, my happiness. What is that to you? Where are you there in your life? And this and that. And then the space for you to kind of write a little bit. So it's kind of like an interactive little workbook in that way. But it's also a book. I got to remember where I'm at there. Yeah. So it's also a book of inspiration. And so we'll continue this. And I'll jump back on here later today. Hi, Sam McGood. Or by tomorrow, and we'll continue reading. And the book is on Amazon. And I don't know, they're having different rules. Everyone's having some different rules and regulations. It's really a little mind-boggling to keep up with. Okay, so with that, we'll jump back. I'll jump back on. I have 4 hats now done. 4. I'll share the 4th one with you. It's just like the 3rd one. It's just like the orange kind of rust one, like this kind of color that we did together here on TikTok. So I'll jump back on and share the last one I did, and I guess what I said I would do is some of the flowers with you. So we'll crochet some beautiful flower, different ways to make flowers, super simple and just fun. So we'll do some of that. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful Saturday. So I'm going to get some things organized on that end of it. And I'll be back on. If I'm not back on today, I'll be back on in the morning. So with that, you have a beautiful Saturday. Hi, Dance for Life. I hope you keep dancing and celebrate life today. Take a few minutes to reflect. Thank God for everything you have, and for who you are, because you are special. And don't let anybody ever in this world, there's so many people, so many, who for some reason take an opportunity to belittle others, just in little ways, some in bigger ways. It's so sad. We have so many larger issues to be worrying about, my Lord in heaven. So with that, keep your eyes on you. Know that you are beautiful and you have so much to contribute. Focus on what that is, your passion. And I'll see you in the next one. Love and light.